It's happening, folks. Macross Delta Review, episode 24. This is what the build-up episodes previously were for. This episode just this episode was wow. I really didn't expect. Okay, basically, this episode is basically the payoff of the previous build-up episodes, and is going to set up the last two episodes. Yay! But also at the same time, nay, because the series is going to end in the next 2 weeks. Oh man, that's just it's home. Man, once the series ends, I won't be reviewing this after the next 2 weeks. Oh man. Whew. Okay, so let's go on to the review. Macross Delta episode 24 is the the conclusion of all that build-up that we've been getting. I already said this, but I'm going to reiterate it again. This is the conclusion of the build-up that we've been all getting the previous past episodes, and I would have to say the payoff was well worth it. We got to see more of Windermere, how they treat and basically their feelings towards chaos and like nuns and all that and humanity and other alien species as a whole, just from the various comments that we got. So basically, Hayate, Mirage, and Freyja are going to be put on trial, by the court, by Hines, who's the king, and by the three great wings, who are his advisors and help, or also like part of the judiciary. I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry. I'm just way too excited. Basically, the court system, like the major heads, like major judges of the court system, and we got some interesting interactions, basically with the knights, and basically how everything was. Even though not many people pay attention, this just gives off like the little tiny details that we didn't really know much about Windermerians and Windermere in general, which we'll probably get like in an official like fan book, or if Karamori ever decides to release one. If he does, like a new one, it would be ginormous. Usually these fan books from like these long running series are like full of like mecha designs, like concept designs for characters, and basically a lot of backstory additional information. Like visual novels, depending on what visual novel. Like Marvel Love had like a fan book or a compendium, and it's just like chock full with like beautiful drawn pictures and illustrations of like the universe, the machines, and the characters, and basically more information about the backstory. Let's get back onto topic, away from Love and onto Macross Delta. So basically the entire court thing was basically the conclusion. All right, I'm not gonna say that. I'm way too excited to say words that are, oh man. Whew, I just gotta calm down. Okay, this episode was very good. In fact, I enjoyed it a lot. Even though I was kind of meh on that last episode, the previous couple episodes were basically just built up with some action scenes. But this one was full out good. This was basically the good of that build up. This is the payoff, and we got that payoff. Moving on, basically, everyone holds contempt towards Mirage, Hayate, and Freyja. The court system basically says that they're not treating them under that treaty because they aren't officially part of nuns. They're chaos. They're like a ragtag kind of mercenary federation forces, if you were to think it that way. So they're treating them under, like, not under the treaty, but as like people, as insurgents, as terrorists who broke into their home. And even then, when they questioned him when Heinz questioned them and they said that they were part of chaos and not part of nuns, that was the go ahead for like basically all the explanations made sense during that court trial. And basically Heinz, once again, Freyja tries to get to Heinz, and it's just like Heinz is rooted firmly in his belief that in order to bring peace, the Windermerians have to win this war. And then basically the three of them are marched off to the gallows, or I forgot it's the thing where they're supposed to like jump off and become one with the wind into the abyss. And basically, that's where the whole rescue sequence happens. Basically, before this, Kaname and Arad, Machina, and Reina, I remember her name now, guys, basically board right implements, Valkyrie VF-22, use it to like, create a distraction, and with Hayate buying time because he's gonna ride that win again. I had a feeling that he was going to like try to do it, but the writers were like, "Let's do a rescue scene." That's good too, and because I don't see how him riding the win would get him out of that situation. We also get an awesome instrumental, like orchestra track of the original opening song, Ichido no Daki no Koi Nara. I think I said that right. I might have butchered it. I'm sorry if I did. But yeah, I would have to point out that the I think another weakness of this series is probably the instrumental soundtrack that basically erupts. We basically have the kind of low techno thing that happens when there's a fight. And then you got the main music and all of that. But if I was to compare the OST to the Super Dimension Fortress Macrosses, both of them, Do You Remember Love and the original, the OST was awesome. Like the dogfight themes was spot on. Pluses was good too. Seven, I don't really remember much from Seven, as most of all the episodes was just Basara rocking out with his awesome rock music, which was good. But I like how they handled the music here. In Bidauta and Frontier and Seven, they tend to overuse a lot of the same songs. I won't be getting too much in it, but everyone, you know what I'm talking about. In Frontier, the IMO song, it literally appeared in nearly every episode after it was introduced, and kind of got annoying. Sure, it's an important song, but you didn't have to shoehorn it in every episode. And I remember when the episodes were okay. I'll talk about this at the end of the review. Basically, they all get rescued, and we get an awesome new song. I think this was the song that they performed in the episode before, like 2 episodes back, I think, before they hit Windermere. When they were singing to get the structure to open up, and to hear almost like a full almost minute version of it was awesome. I liked how they had like a sort of Spanish vibe, that guitar going, but all in all, I liked the melody, I liked the harmony, and oh my god, that scene of Machina. Whoa, I did not expect that scene with Machina. Basically, what happened was... Okay, if you watched the episodes, you all know that she got sniped. She saved Freyja from being sniped and pushing her out of the way. There was a sniper. And we also got to see a cool implementation of the little hologram things. They're also used to knock people out of the sky, like the flying Windermerians who think they're flying squirrels, which is hilarious. I forgot to mention that in the previous review, I think. But yeah, this episode was just amazing. And then afterwards, we all got the Chuck coming in with the cavalry and all that. And then Mikumo. Oh man, Mikumo. So basically, Royd brings Mikumo to that unlocked thing where Heinz was usually projects his voice to the star system, or the system, solar system or whatever. And basically it opens up, and basically we now have confirmation. It's confirmed now that Mikumo is an artificial life form, but originally she wasn't. We get to find out that the Star Singer is a proto-culture singer slash priestess that was left behind on Windermere and helped basically guide Windermere along its path, and eventually the Windermerians have great sensitivity towards music and have enhanced everything because of that wind singer who passed down the Song of the Wind to the future wind singers, but left behind the Star Song and probably other songs of the proto culture, which was really interesting. And we got to see that the marks coming up on Mikumo, and she was crying as she was singing that Star Song, which was all right. So if I was to compare the Song of the Wind and the Star Song, or the Star Singer's song, I would say that both of them are similar but are very different, as the Star Singer tone really was more comforting, more angelic, more harmonic than, let's say, the Var song or the Song of the Wind, which to me was more like a creepy thing when it starts off at the beginning. Apparently the new single is going to come out with a full version of it, and basically once that instrumental hits forward, the Song of the Wind, it's basically has a beginning creepy part and a middle kind of creepy but not creepy. But the Star Singer song, was this a smooth song that just makes you want to calm down and stuff. I'm guessing the proto culture did have a thing for music, and it basically just shows the difference in the power. And basically it was so powerful that basically everyone had to retreat, even after Machina got wrecked. I think I got the orders out wrong. Chuck came and then Machina got shot. But oh man, the end of this episode was basically Royd saying, okay, now you will project your voice, Star Singer, to the rest of the galaxy. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. This is going to be a big thing. Now, Frontier, not to spoil, if you haven't watched Frontier, you might want to skip a minute or two, possibly a bit more. You might want to skip around, I guess. How a similar brainwashing thing, but Mikumo isn't brainwashed. She's clearly, alive, fully local to all of it, and that she's being forced because it's her thing. She's got to be singing. But the Star Priestess, I'm going to guess that it's going to backfire on Royd, because the original purpose of the Proto-Culture Priestess and the Star Singer was not to control everyone. But I guess probably control. But I'm guessing the Star Song is going to have a different effect, maybe, or a stronger effect in the VAR. We won't know until episode 26 and probably near the end of 25 hits. But I've got to say, I'm excited for the conclusion, and it's kind of sad that the conclusion is coming up so fast in 2 weeks. Man, we already got the official like Twitter from Macross Delta posting some screenshots from the next episode, and it just gets me hyped. So let's move on about some other things. I guess this is about the end of the review, unless I forgot something. I don't think so. Maybe I might have missed something. You can always comment if I missed something. Like, comment, subscribe. Shows support for the channel. Shows that there are people watching. I also got to address, why am I getting so many dislikes ever since I started like speaking about MIKUMOOOO and putting MIKUMOOOO in the title? Is it do the Japanese not like MIKUMOOOO or like me, a gaijin, talking about this? As I looked at my statistic, what was interesting was that a lot of my Macross Delta reviews and reviews almost in general, mostly Macross Delta, was that a majority of them were reviewed by Japan. And I'm like thinking, well, that's weird. I mean, you would think that they wouldn't watch my video or like even dare to click on it, even though it has Macross thumbnails in there. And I'm guessing they're thumbing down because I'm talking about Macross, or maybe they're just hardcore. They don't like MIKUMOOOO. I don't know. Like, ever since I started doing the MIKUMOOOO thing, like MIKUMOOOO should have been the one being one of the triangle. And I used the thumbnail for her. I got a crap ton of dislikes, like 5 or 6. The next video after that, which is the review before this, had like 5 dislikes and 1 like. Who's what? I'm so confused. I don't know if this is supposed to be criticism on like me needing to make a better review next time, or just because they hate me, or MIKUMOOOO. I don't know. But anyways, that's about it for this review. If anyone has any answers or might want to like talk about why they're possibly doing this, just comment down below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Or if there's any Japanese person watching this and skipping forward, maybe you can give me an answer in Japanese, and I'll Google translate it and try to make heads and tails of it. Anyways, everyone who's watching this, have a nice day wherever you are at, and I'll be seeing you in the next review. And don't worry, I'll be doing a video very soon, probably on Friday or Saturday. Oh, excuse me. About what fall anime I'll be checking out. I'll be doing a first impressions reviews on it, and what I'll be sticking with after the 3-episode count, or if it's terrible of an episode count. Be on the watch for that. I'm Ryan. I'll be signing out now. See you all later.